For the month of May, Hello Chicago Network is going green for Mental Health Awareness Month. If you need help, get help. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol or drug use concerns, or you just need someone to talk to, our caring counselors are here for you. You are not alone. Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. As I forgot to take this off, but I'm going to in just a second. There we go. I have Brady out of Shot us. Welcome to the Hello Chicago Network, and it is time to focus, but we are unfocused today for this Wednesday, May the 20th, and we are unfocused about the NBA and NHL or Stanley Cup playoffs. So let's take a look at both of those right now, kind of at the same time. My little fancy graphic here. We're going to so here we go. NBA playoffs will start as the second round done. The conference final just beginning for both. I believe the NHL conference final begins today. The NBA is already one game in on each side, and they've both been very good. They've both been in overtime. But the Knicks take care of the Sixers 4-0. The Knicks, just after struggling with the Hawks for a couple of games, and then they have just went on a warpath since then. And so they have played very well, and they take care of the Sixers. Pistons Cavaliers was the only game 7, and it is Cavs getting the win. So they face the Knicks. Already one game in the books. We'll talk about that. We'll update you on the conference final next week. And but it is the Cavaliers to get the win over Detroit. Detroit was the overall number 1 seed, so the 1 seed in the East is gone. And the Western Conference, Spurs took care of the Timberwolves 4-2, and the Thunder go 8-0. So far in the playoffs as they take down the Lakers. LeBron and the Lakers, so now what's next for him as well? So that is your NBA playoffs. Now let's shift to the right. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, round 2, Carolina Hurricanes are taking care of business. They take care of the Flyers. Rough stretch for Philly there as both the Sixers and the Flyers get to the second round, but neither one of them win a game. Sabres Canadians went to overtime in game 7, and so Buffalo was the home team, and they got a goal in the third period. Place going nuts, made it 3-2. It eventually got called back because apparently the referee said the goalie had the puck for enough time, so it got called back. Then it goes to overtime. Montreal. It's never really a fun atmosphere when the road team wins the game, but Canadians do get the win. They advance to the conference final. Avalanche, I might have said it on this show, and I said it on the crossover. The Avalanche, I thought were the defending champs. No, it's the the Florida Panthers. But the Avalanche advance, win 4-1 over the Wild. So both Minnesota teams gone, and then the Vegas Golden Knights take care of Joe Quenneville's Ducks 4-2. So the conference final, like I said, NBA already a game in on each side, and now the Stanley Cup Western Conference and Eastern Conference final will begin starting tonight, and we will have an update for you on that next week. So that is your update, and so far it's been really good. And now I'm like, there was a good pace. The second round seems like it went a lot faster than the first or the opening round. So great job there, and we'll have that continued update, like I said, next week. So that is the NBA. Also want to talk about the NBA draft lottery. We haven't really got a chance to talk about that yet, but the Bulls were projected to get the number 9 pick. We talked about it so much towards the end of the season because there wasn't much to talk about. But ladies and gentlemen, the Bulls get the 4th pick in the NBA draft. They were, like I said, and they have the 15th from the Blazers, and they're looking at Duke's Cam Boozer, which we kind of got a chance to see. And then North Carolina's Caleb Wilson seems to be the guy that everyone's talking about. So we'll see which one they go with. But hopefully it'll be a big guy. And then you got to work with him with Modest Buzelis and Josh Giddey and see where you go from there, as well as the rebuild. Also, congratulations. I guess we could talk about this as well. The Bulls did announce they did sign their new guys. And Steven Mervis is now the Senior Vice President of Basketball Operations, and AC Law has been named the Vice President of Player Personnel, primary responsible for the draft and scouting. I remember watching him play, I believe. So he will be involved in all personal and in personal matters. So we'll see. And I think now the next thing, so odds are next week, probably when we talk about on the NBA, if in due time or not the week after, we'll know the head coach of the Chicago Bulls. And I think that's the next big step. And then we're about a month out from the NBA draft. And I think that's huge. And then we'll be able to talk about it. That'll be the last week of June. So they're getting everything in order, and we'll see what happens there. So the Bulls get the number 4 pick in the drafts, projected 9. I think you'll take that right now. So great job there. It is Mental Health Awareness Month. Next week will be the last week we're talking about that, but it's something you should know every single day, that never take your mental health for granted. And I've been reading quotes all month. Going to continue to for the rest of this week and into next week. This week are: you are worthy of a life filled with joy and happiness, 100%. And then it's okay to have bad days. Ask for support when you need it, and 100%. There's been bad days over the last couple of weeks for me. Days aren't perfect, and you need to realize that. And when you're also trying to better your life, you also need to, at the same time, and when you're trying to better someone else's life and you're in their life, you got to realize that you got to be a great influence as well, but don't put all that pressure on yourself, because they also need to focus on their life, and you can't be responsible for their actions or if you trigger them in some way. So that's something big. And I mean, and also be careful. I mean, you always talk to people, but be careful who you tell. Now, I know there's laws and requirements of stuff where when you say things at your job, and you have to, but if someone says something that isn't supposed to know something, then that's terrible. So be careful who you tell. You should be able to tell management, and they shouldn't be able to open their mouth, but sometimes that happens. So just be careful at times, but please reach out. So we'll have one more week of quotes as well. Next week as well. Also next week, don't forget, like I continue to tell you, we're off Memorial Day. We'll be on Tuesday through Friday next week because of the holiday. So we'll have 4 shows, just push back a day. And Thursday, May 28th, will be Hello 600, our 600th episode. We did 300 of the normal Hello Chicago. This will be our 300th on the Hello Chicago network. Wasn't at the 200th because Brandon took over the show, but I'm glad to be back. It's my first summer going to be talking sports too, because 2 years ago we weren't starting this network yet, and last year Brandon and Anthony took over my network. So this year I'm excited to talk sports. Right now a little iffy if it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I mean, every team's, and we got a lot to talk about next week with Cubs, White Sox, the playoffs, and then the 600th will be a best of Fan Focus Live. So of the 100 episodes through the last 100 episodes, which is since September. So some of the best moments, we have some walk-offs. We have some big plays from the Bears. So check into that. So that'll be next Thursday, our 600th episode. Not a huge show, but it's just going to be showing you the best of as well. So everyone, have a great Wednesday. Tomorrow we finish off the week. We look at the Bears schedule. Excited for that. And then, like I said, next week, same song and dance, just one day pushback. Enjoy the holiday. We'll be back next Tuesday through Friday. So everyone, have a great week, great day today. And we'll be back tomorrow with the Bears schedule. Don't forget to like the video if you like what you hear. Subscribe to the Hello Chicago Network YouTube channel every Monday through Thursday, or like next week, Tuesday through Friday, where there's holidays. We are focusing on Chicago sports, or we're unfocused, talking about the NBA and NHL playoffs, because our Chicago teams do not make it. I'm Ryan Yatashatis from the Hello Chicago Network, where the focus of Chicago sports.